Welcome to KGSM-TV. I'm Kendall Edwards. This week we are highlighting the life and legacy of Katherine Johnson. Katherine Johnson was an African-American mathematician who helped send astronauts to the moon. Katherine Johnson lived from 1918 to 2020. In 1939, she was selected to be one of the first 3 African-American students to enroll in the graduate program at West Virginia University. She had to live through segregation while working at the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics. This changed when NACA became NASA and segregation was no longer allowed. She then became a member of the group of NASA employees called Computers. This group consisted of African-American women who excelled in the mathematical and problem solving. She received numerous awards and honors for her work, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom. In 2016, she had a building at NASA named after her. That year, she was featured in the best-selling book Hidden Figures, which then became a widely successful movie about the Black women who helped the space race to the U.S. Learn more about Katherine Johnson at nasa.gov. The NAACP hosted a Black Love and panel discussion on love and healthy relationships.
Love and relationships can be complicated topics for young adults. Missouri Western's NAACP hosted an event based on the subject. The NAACP surveyed students on their love language, qualities in relationship, and opinions on dating standards.
Quality time. Words of affirmation.
The NAACP held a lecture on the aspects of different love languages. Students spoke on their personal experiences with relationships and their expectations from their partners. The students even participated in a poll on their expectations in relationships.
You apologize to your partner even though you're not at fault. No. 50% said no, 40% said yes, 10% said yes but not sincere.
The NAACP held a discussion panel featuring experienced couples. The couples answered students' questions on maintaining a healthy relationship.
Things that are outside of the physical realms that we cannot control. Do not anchor yourself to someone that will take you down to the depths of the ocean to help. Cut your losses if they're deteriorating you.
Couples spoke on the attachments to toxic partners and encouraged students to set boundaries. The discussion highlighted the importance of managing relationships and mental health.
It's too much for you. When loving someone else is starting to hurt you, it's conditional. Let it go.
Reported from KGSM, Kendall Edwards.
For advice on maintaining healthy relationships or even just for mental health, you can make an appointment with the Missouri Western's counselor.
As fun as college is, it can be a really stressful time.
It's easy to feel alone.
Even in full classrooms, sometimes it still feels like you have no one.
It's especially easy to feel isolated during these crazy times.
It's hard to recognize the signs when you don't know them.
Don't be afraid to reach out and get help.
There are always ways to get help on campus.
The counseling center is always ready to work with you.
There's also lots of ways to get help off campus.
There are several different hotlines you can reach out to.
Make sure to check in on your friends and family.
Keep an eye out for the signs.
There's no shame in recognizing that you're struggling.
There's no shame in asking for help.
There is no shame in taking care of yourself.
You and your mental health are the priority.
See the signs. Take action.
Take action.
Take action.
Take action.
Take action.
Take action.
I'd really encourage, if you need to talk to someone, reach out to us. That's what we're here for.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
College can be a stressful experience.
Time management in between classes, jobs, and after-school activities can take up a lot of time. But Ariane Boma is juggling a lot more than that. Here's the story.
Yearbook editor in editor-in-chief, photo director for Griffin Media, Missouri College Media Association president, staff photographer for athletics, SCJ vice president.
Ariane Boma began her first semester at Missouri Western during the fall semester of 2020. She wanted to join the media department due to her love for photography. Ariane even runs her own photography business and quickly became heavily involved in a multitude of activities here on campus. For a lot of these roles, Ariane did not seek them out. Instead, she was asked to take them on.
So right after the pandemic had first started, that was my first semester here at this university. I wanted to join the media because I loved photography. I've had my own business. I've done photography all my life. And I reached out to James Caribou because he had put out an email in the Griffin Post saying like we need people to join.
And from there, her many positions began. Ariane is also the president of the Missouri College Media Association. She will be in charge of hosting a statewide conference at Missouri Western this spring.
There's going to be an award ceremony. We're actually going to host a film festival for the first time in MCMA history. We're going to do it over in Spratt Hall so that we're going to have the Walter Cronkite museum kind of incorporate into it since he was a journalist.
Her plans after college are to acquire a sports photography position with the NFL or even on the collegiate level.
I wanted to make a name for myself. I come from a very small town where no one leaves the town and they usually end back up there after school, after one semester, and I just felt like I had a bigger drive.
I think it is safe to say that Ariane has made a name for herself already, and we are so excited to see where the future takes her. Reporting for KGSM-TV, I'm Jaden Miller.
This past Monday, the world celebrated yet another Valentine's Day, a day of love and kindness. But what is the history of Valentine's Day? Jaden got the chance to take a closer look.
Valentine's Day is a holiday celebrated on February 14th where lovers express their affection, typically with greetings and gifts. But how did these traditions begin? The very first Valentine's Day was in the year 496, and it was thought to have originated from Rome.
What I like about Valentine's Day is that maybe throughout the year, people don't really go out of their way to say, like, I love you to someone they care about. And this is a day that they take out of their time to, like, show some appreciation and give them a gift. I think that's nice.
Romans held a festival in the middle of February called Lupercalia, which was noted as the beginning of spring. This festival was also dedicated to fertility. Valentine's Day has always been a religious and commercial holiday, but you can use any reason to celebrate love.
I think that we've had such a difficult year already, and despite Valentine's Day origin, I think it's a good reminder that everyone should just love each other.
Be sure to spread all of the love you could possibly give this month. Reporting for KGSM-TV, I'm Jaden Miller.
A leading problem I've faced is a misunderstanding on the part of students of the importance of academic advising. They miss appointments. They don't make appointments. But what's most disappointing is when they come unprepared. Give me a student with a plan in their head, or better yet, on paper. We could talk about their interests, not just about their classes. We could discuss internships, classwork, grad programs. It would open the door to what advising is truly about.
Can I help you?
But instead, they come to me in a panic when they need to register because...
I need to talk to you. I was trying to register for my classes, but it wouldn't let me do it because I need my PIN, and I haven't had time to set up an advising, so I don't even know what classes I need to take, so I just signed up for a bunch of random ones, and I'm going to drop them later. So can I have my PIN real fast? Because I'm still logged into a computer in the lab. Am I interrupting?
Take ownership of your education. Make the most of your advisement by being proactive, punctual, and prepared. You'll open the door to more personalized attention and avoid costly setbacks. It's never too soon to begin planning your next steps at Missouri Western.
Griffin Esports just had their first week of season play.
The players are now having time to reflect. More on the story here is Darren Brinks.
Inside the Griffin Esports Arena, the varsity esports teams have started their seasons in the ECAC series. After the first couple of weeks, players have put their input on how they feel and where they think they are headed in the future.
So, for our first match, we were expected not to do so well. It was a while since break. Fortnite, though, it is a battle royale where 100 players do drop into the map. We were doing it for a tournament for CCA duos. We did not do well for our first match, but we did learn a lot from what our competition is going to be throughout this semester. It is a PvE/PvP game. We're going against the environment and players at the same time. And we did do decent with the amount of kills and placement, and we did learn a lot of new things about the players we will be going. But next time we'll be better prepared, and we know where we need to step from now from the event on Sunday for our next match.
A current player for the Rocket League team also had his thoughts to say.
We just got a third new teammate, so it was kind of just an anticipation period of him coming in, seeing how it would work. But it went pretty well. We had a good first series. We're 1-0 this season already, and we played a few tournaments, and they went decently well. So, yeah. We're in the ECAC division. If you don't know what that is, it's just a league between like East Coast teams and kind of the Midwest teams, and it's just a league between those teams. Yeah. Our hope is they should be announcing a tournament called the CCA Open in a little bit, and top 8 wins money. So that's been the hope for a while, is to get top 8 in that tournament.
With what seems like a rough start is actually a learning opportunity for the players to improve as the season continues. I'm Darren Brinks with KGSM-TV, signing off.
Come back next week for another recap on esports.
In other sports news, Missouri Western Lacrosse is a 2-year-old program and has already had a coaching change. Reporter Trinity Knapp brings us the story.
The Griffin lacrosse team has a new interim head coach. Coach Berg was a standout lacrosse player in college who came to Missouri Western to be assistant lacrosse coach after graduating the spring of 2021. But she quickly stepped up into the role of interim head coach.
Initially, I was a little bit overwhelmed. Obviously, this is my first coaching job ever. I graduated in May with my master's degree, so I was just the assistant before, and then stepping up the ladder pretty quickly, hopefully actually trying to become a head coach eventually. So the interim role is just a fun way to test the waters, dip my toe in the water a little bit. But I definitely was excited to hear and step up into the position, and I'm ready again just to see where we can go as a team.
This is Coach Berg's first head coaching position, but players are already enjoying her coaching style.
Last fall, our coach was a lot more like nitpicky, whereas Coach Berg kind of just lets us like play and like form our own connections. Because she wants to see like how we can work together on and off the field.
Even though the program is new and the coach is new, the team still has big goals for this season.
Being a year 2 program, we have a lot of sights on even making the conference tournament. I would say that's our number 1 goal. But we obviously had to set some milestone goals in between. So like, how are we going to get to the conference tournament? The first thing would be getting that first win on the road against Concordia St. Paul. And then hopefully having a winning record throughout the season and just building on the team culture and the skill set that we already have.
Coach Berg might be new to being a head coach, but she has many years of experience with lacrosse in general.
I played all the way since 4th grade. And then my whole life, my brothers played and my dad played, and so it's just like a family thing. And then I went to Syracuse University, actually, and I played field hockey there. And then I didn't like it so much. I missed lacrosse, so I transferred to Colorado State University in Fort Collins, Colorado. Played club lacrosse there, and then I got recruited to play at Regis University in Denver for grad school.
The attitude of the players is overall a positive one.
I think that Coach Berg is doing a really good job. Being the head coach and kind of being thrown into that position. She has done everything right, and I think the season's going to be good with her.
Reporting for KGSM-TV, I'm Trinity Knapp.
That's all we have for this week. Be sure to tune in next week.
Check out our YouTube and Facebook at KGSM-TV. Have a safe weekend.